So now let's rank all the flicks I watched for the first time for the month of June 2022. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Dual, better known to as the Big D. Back again with another ranking. Today I'm going to be ranking all the flicks I watched for the first time ever for June 2022. I watched 22 flicks for the first time ever. This is kind of going to be a short one, sort of, since there's 22. Now, I'll show you pics of these. I'm going to try and go quickly on some of these. And then I'll be back on board and talk about the final 5. Okay? Now, if you're ready, let's get into the ranking. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Number 22 is A Good Day to Die Hard from 2013. This film bombed at the box office. This is easily the worst of the Die Hard franchise. I doubt I'll ever watch this again. Bruce Willis is still good in ways as John McClane, but this was the only Die Hard flick I had not seen until more recently. I didn't quite like this much, so can't really say I tried to. I might review this along with the rest of the Die Hard sequel, since I've already reviewed the first one. Well, it's okay, but it's okay, but it's not very good, though. Okay, it's more like factually okay. Number 21 is The Nun from 2018. This, of course, is a spin-off, and prequel to one of the Conjuring films. This is part of the Conjuring universe, and this is one of the only films I had not seen in the Conjuring universe. And now I've seen it. It's okay. It didn't really scare me much. It was kind of freaky in some parts, but it didn't scare me too much. It kind of, it might have shocked me a bit, but it didn't count as a jump scare. But now I've seen just about every one of the Conjuring flicks. Only The Curse of La Llorona I still have yet to see. Well, we'll see if I see it sometime. But I will possibly review this later on this October for Spooktacular October. Again, it's okay, but I'd rather stick with the Conjuring movies or maybe the second, third Annabelle movies. Number 20 is Hitman from 2007. While I've never actually played the video game series of this, while despite the film did not get good response, the film was still a bit of a success in ways. Timothy Olyphant, I'm going to say he does a real decent job as our titular character. I mean, I like the film's good bloody action and violence, though. I haven't seen its reboot, Agent 45, yet. It has been seen on some streaming services, but I have yet to see it. If it comes up, I might give it a try. I don't think I'll enjoy it as much as this one. This is still an okay flick. Number 19 is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies from 2016. This film was a major disappointment at the box office, even though it got mixed response. But the film was still pretty good, and maybe not pretty good. I'm sorry, take that back. This film was pretty action-packed, but it wasn't really that good, considering it was a PG-13 rated flick. It could have been better, but hey, it was still okay and what have you. Number 18 is The Marksman from last year in 2021. This film did okay. Liam Neeson, I think, did a pretty good job. And he had to protect this here Mexican kid from the cartel and what have you. Yeah. I know most of his recent recent flicks have been major duds and what have you. But anyway, The Marksman's still a pretty good film. I thought it was not too bad. Number 17 is Zack and Mary Make a Porno from 2008. Yeah, this film was funny in some parts, a little weird in ways, but it had its fun moments. Anyway, Seth Rogen and Elizabeth Banks are really good in this and what have you. It had lots of others. Craig Robinson, he was pretty funny. this film wasn't factually bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be all, well, but it's still a pretty okay, good flick. Number 16 is Free Jack from 1992. This film didn't do too well at the box office and really got dissed. Kind of calling a new kind of version of flicks like Blade Runner, Total Recall, and what have you. Emilio Estevez was good, and Anthony Hopkins, after he did Silence of the Lambs, was okay, and so was Rene Russo. But I was really surprised by Mick Jagger, though. He was pretty good. This film, I feel, is kind of a little underrated, but, well, it wasn't that big of a hit. But maybe I'll defend this film someday. I liked it in some ways, because for its cool feel and what have you. Number 15 is It Follows from 2014. This film was pretty freaky in some ways. Kind of creepy, though. I mean, this film did get some pretty good response and what have you. Maybe I'll think of rewatching this if I do one day. And maybe I'll review this for Spooktacular October. I'm sure a lot of my horror fanatics friends have actually seen this one. I'm pretty sure they've seen this and talked about it. So, yeah. The cast wasn't too bad. But there were some freaky, creepy moments. But, hey, I thought this film was pretty good, though. Number 14 is Under Siege 2, Dark Territory from 1995. This film did well at the box office, but it wasn't as popular as its predecessor, which we'll see where that winds up. Still, Steven Seagal, right here, does an exceptionally good job. And I gotta say, with this taking place on a train, I gotta say, it's pretty cool. I mean, I actually watched this along with its predecessor in one other Seagal film for the first time, so we'll see where the other one winds up as well. Under Siege 2 isn't too bad, but not really great though. Number 13 is Spirehead. This recent Netflix film, well, was one flick I had planned to do a spoiler-free review of, but because my laptop was giving me issues, and unfortunately, if you heard, I only got the back fixed up so I can close it again, but still no new battery. This film's, well, okay and what have you in some parts. Directed by the same guy who recently did Top Gun Maverick, this film's kind of a little odd and what have you, but I still like the performances we got from Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller. Yeah. So anyway, this film is okay. Oh, it's kind of in between okay, good, and good, good. With a little okay in between. Number 12 is Downton Abbey, A New Era. Now, although I did not see the first film in this, and, well, my mom was into this here series, but I never watched it. Didn't think it'd be my cup of tea, but I kind of decided to go and see this where. Anyway. Yeah, this film wasn't too bad. The film is actually now currently streaming on Peacock in case you might have missed it or if you want to see it again. But anyway, yeah, this film's pretty good. I mean, with most of the same cast you might have seen in the first film and the actual TV series that you may recall seeing on PBS's Masterpiece, yeah, this is still a pretty good film. Number 11 is The Northman. This recent film from Focus Features, who also did the Downton Abbey movie. Yeah, I gotta say, I watched this on Peacock, and this film was so bloody and what have you. It was intense. I'm gonna say it wasn't too bad. I mean, with it having some intense moments and what have you taking place during, well, it's kind of hard to explain. But I'll definitely think of reviewing this someday. Kind of like Vikings or Gods and what have you, kind of like Thor almost, but different in some ways. Yeah, I might think of reviewing this, but I don't know. Number 10 is Hustle, another Netflix film I did not get a chance to do a spoiler-free review of. I was thinking about that. It stars Adam Sandler in a new dramatic role. This film really got some good response and what have you. It's tied with Uncut Gems at 92% on the tomato meter, which now is a draw for Adam Sandler's second highest rated film on the tomato meter. I'm going to say the story isn't too bad. When find someone who will be the next big thing on a basketball team, yeah. Adam Sandler really does a great job on his character in this film. Number 9 is Hard to Kill from 1990. After watching the Under Siege films, I decided to give this Seagal flick a go for, and I gotta say, this is really good. I like the story, how this guy wakes up from being in a coma for some time and manages to get back at the creeps who killed his wife and all that jazz. But he manages to reconcile with his kid who managed to get away. But anyway, this film's got some pretty cool action moments, and Seagal is awesome. Number 8 is Coraline from 2009. Now, I've only seen a little bit of this film, but I never saw the film in its entirety. After watching this film, I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. It's from Henry Selick, who recently worked on Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride, I do believe, and I believe he also worked on James and the Giant Peach as well. Anyway, I really like this movie. Dakota Fanning does a great job in voicing the title character. We also have, well, a host of other great voice actors and what have you. I definitely gotta review this for Spooktacular October. This would be really a real good Spooktacular blast if I reviewed this one. But overall, I like the animation. It's good. Number 7 is Under Siege from 1992. Now, this film would be a big success for Steven Seagal. It's considered one of his best, and although his most successful film was Executive Decision, but this film really took the cake. I really loved this movie when I first watched it. Yeah. I mean, this is definitely going to be one of my favorites. I need to watch more of his, and if I do, then maybe I just might have some pretty good faves of his. I love the performances from Seagal, Tommy Lee Jones, Gary Busey. Yeah, they're all good in this. This is one great action-packed flick you need to see. I'll review this someday. Number 6 is Paranorman from 2012. Now, this film was a pretty good film. It was done by the same studio that did Coraline. And I gotta say, this was just so wow. I will say it has some fun moments in why this is another film I definitely got reviewed for Spooktacular October. I think it deserves to have a review. It has a pretty good cast and a pretty spooktacular good story. I thought Paranorman was not bad at all. Well, that's the first 17 for y'all, and I do hope you've been enjoying this ranking so far. Now it's time for the final 5. And boy, let me tell you, this is going to be a real big surprise to y'all when this top 5 comes out. But anyway, I will say that this is going to be full of surprises. So, anyway, I hope you're ready for the final 5, because here we go right now. Oh, wait a minute. There was something else I was going to say. This will include some of the vids that for films I recently did reviews of, and what have you last month as well. Sorry about that, I almost forgot. Alright, here we go. Coming at number 5 is Lightyear. Now, you'll probably hate me for having this in the top 5. I know this film unfortunately didn't do too well at the box office than we had hoped for. This spin-off of the Toy Story franchise, it's reasonable and what have you. Yeah, it does have some minor issues and what have you, and I understand that. But I still enjoyed it for what it provided, and they had some pretty good characters in my view, especially Socks. Really good. I mean, well, he may not be no Tim Allen, but Chris Evans did an exceptionally good job in voicing Buzz and what have you. And I just gotta say, this was just pretty fun. I mean, I like the sci-fi feel and what have you. While I just say it could have just had a little bit of, well, what some of y'all might have wanted. If you watch other people's reviews, maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. But if you don't, then I do humbly apologize for that. Alright, enough said. Now, coming in at number 4 is Belle, which came out last year in Japan, but it came to us earlier this year. I recently got this on Blu-ray, and I'm gonna say it wasn't too bad. It kind of goes from one thing to another, and hey, I'm understanding. It was just kind of losing me a bit, but hey, I still enjoyed it for what it had to offer. With this character becoming a big sensation on social media, yeah, really something, and I really got to enjoy that. I mean, until this here, well, this is hard to explain, but yeah, until this strange dragon appears and what have you. Although the story is inspired by Beauty and the Beast, though, the film story. Even so, I think Belle is really good. I am going to try and watch it again, and maybe, mind you, I will do a spoiler-free review of it. Yes. So anyway, Belle's pretty good. I think y'all give it a try. But, well, I'm not going to try, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself since I have yet to review it, though. But still, you might like it. Now, coming in at number 3 is Doctor Sleep from 2019, the sequel to The Shining, which that I have yet to review, but I'm hoping I'll have some room and put that in for Spooktacular October, and then I'll review this one. I'm gonna say I really enjoyed this. Now I do know there's an unrated extended cut of the film. If I happen to find that on Blu-ray, I will certainly check it out. But anyway, I really enjoyed this film. This was really, really, wow. It is, what, it is in ways a supernatural horror flick, and that's what it is. But anyway, it really was really surprising. Ewan McGregor is really good and what have you, and it really falls after the events of The Shining. Really something. I really enjoyed the performances we got from, well, everyone else, including Rebecca Ferguson, Kylie Curran, Cliff Curtis, and Carl Lumbly. Yeah, Doctor Sleep, definitely good. Again, I definitely gotta review that sometime. We'll see if they'll come up on Spectacular October. Stay tuned, okay? Now, coming in at number 2 is Elvis. Yeah, now I really, really loved this movie. This was really good. It does have its moments, but still, this is probably one of, if not the best musical biopics I've seen since Walk the Line or, well, any others that came out after that. Austin Butler does an exceptionally good job as Elvis. Tom Hanks does a great job in this as well. And, well, what can I say? It was really something. I enjoy the performances we got from everyone else. Baz Luhrmann did a great job as well. So, anyway, Now, sometimes box office results take me for a fool sometimes, and we had thought Top Gun Maverick beat it out, but, well, I was wrong. It beat it. How you like that? You see, sometimes I hate it when I'm taken for something that I'm not, okay? But I'm glad Elvis did a pretty good job, and, well, it's been getting some good response. And again, Baz Luhrmann does a great job on this. I mean, probably the best flick I've seen of his to date. I mean, while I like Romeo and Juliet, and well, while Moulin Rouge is reasonably good and it's so colorful in ways, and though I never got to see The Great Gatsby, but this one is just superb. Elvis is awesome. Hopefully, you can get a chance to see this before it goes to HBO Max. Well, which I think that'll be early next month. But anyway, Elvis is just such an awesome flick. And finally, my number one first time watch of June 2022 is Hollywood Stargirl. Yep, I bet you didn't see that coming. The the film which I did a spoiler-free review of that had really skyrocketed through the roof. I'll get to that in a bit. I really thought this was just as good as the first one in ways. I mean, while it had different casts except for well, our main title character, which was once again Grace Vanderwall, which she was exceptionally good in her role. I really loved her performance. The rest of the cast wasn't too bad. I mean, Judy Greer plays Stargirl's mother, and Uma Thurman's in this. Gives one of the best performances I've seen of hers in I don't know how long. I mean, it still has a good feel to it. It just might have lacked a little bit of some of the music a lot of that music like I heard in the first one. But nevertheless, it still provided a good feel to it, and well, it had a lot of heart in it. I really enjoyed it. Now, if you didn't see my spoiler-free review of it, which I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have, in case you didn't know, my review of that has already gone over 150 views. When I first did the film, it reached 100 views in less than a week. That's faster than any other video I have done to date since the day I started doing videos. Now, I'm really impressed with that. It helped the original Stargirl review to go up a little more. So that's good too. We'll see where the original winds up on rewatches because I rewatched the first one before I went to this one. So, anyways, Hollywood Stargirl is my top first watch of June 2022. So, what do you think of this ranking? What did you watch for the first time in June of 2022? You can tell me in the comment section below, or you can tell me your top pick or top three tops, whatever. Just let me know. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my rewatches of June 2022. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for some of the flicks I had just talked about. In the upper left-hand corner is the review I did for Hollywood Stargirl. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Elvis. And the bottom left-hand corner is my review of Lightyear. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.